Welcome to the Morale Booster Network, a platform for entrepreneurs, career professionals, leaders, and the general public to give back to the society through coaching and mentoring. I remain your host, Dr. John Ughulu. I am an author, speaker, and strategist. I always say experience is the best teacher. You can stream or download this podcast from YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Player FM, and Pandora. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Hello, Morale Boosters. How are you? Welcome to another inspiring. In fact, this is our very first Q&A session of the Morale Booster podcast. And we are currently streaming on multiple platforms. I am your host, Dr. John Ughulu, the Morale Booster. And today we have another very genuine and thought-provoking question from a member of the Morale Booster Empire. So today we will be answering a question. I have been getting lots of questions, so many questions from members of the Morale Booster Empire, asking, questions that can help them transition from where they are to where they want to be. So we decided that we will have a Q&A session of the podcast where you can ask me any questions, and we will screen. We will go through a screening process and select the questions that we will be responding to. So it's a welcome development. This is our very first inspiring Q&A session. I know it's going to be extremely inspiring. And if this is your very first time, let me see, we're streaming on multiple platforms. I have people on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Instagram. So I want to say welcome to all of you. If this is your very first time listening to the Morale Booster podcast, you're very welcome. And I want to encourage you to please like and share this broadcast. Like it, leave a comment, and share it. And here is the reason why. It's because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear the message. I will do the same thing too. Let's see. I want to share this on all my platforms. So if you're just joining me for the first time, please like and share it. Let's see who's there. All right. Like and share it. And the question that we selected for this episode is, someone asked, how can I stay motivated after losing my job? That's the question we will be taking today. And the reason is because I know so many people who have lost their jobs. And I believe you know people too who have lost jobs as well, right? So I think that's a great question to start with. And let me see. Give me one quick second. I am trying to share this on my platforms. All right. So welcome once again. Thank you for joining me. It's a brand new segment. And I want to remind you who's listening to me right now that every day above ground is indeed a blessed day. And if you are happy to be alive this moment, I want you to place your hand on your chest wherever you are and say, I am blessed. And here's the reason why I like to always remind people that every day above ground is a blessed day. It's because, so many people went to bed last night having plans for today. But unfortunately, some couldn't see daylight. Yes, that's life for you. But you can hear me right now. You who's listening to me, you can hear me. Some of you can see me. And that's because you are blessed with the gift of life. Because some did not wake up, but you are awake and you can hear me. So thank you once again. And before we get started, I want to remind you that if you feel blessed or inspired in any way, shape, or form, or at the end of this podcast, if you feel inspired, you can support the work that we do here by making a donation to the John Ughulu Foundation. Now, this foundation is committed to providing coaching and mentoring services to many. We do online coaching and mentoring services through the Morale Booster platform. So, if you'd like to support with a donation and make a difference, I want you to head over to our website, www.johnughulu.com. It's www.johnughulu.com. Or you can click the link in the show notes below. All right. So thank you so much. I trust that you will do that. All right. So the question we decided to talk about or to respond to from all the questions we've received too many questions. And if you have any question that you would really want me to talk about or to respond to, feel free to just type your question in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to add it to the list of questions we will be answering during the next segment. All right, so today we picked that question, which is how can I stay motivated after losing a job? I think so many people have lost their jobs recently. And there are 2 points I want to focus on, two main points. And these points will help you understand that it is possible for you to regain or to stay motivated, to regain all the motivation that you need after you have lost your job. So if you know any friend who is in that situation right now, this is the best time for you to tag them on this program, share this program with them so that they can stay motivated. Let that be your charity work for today. So the main points I want to look into or I want to touch are, first, making you, yes, you who's listening, just letting you know that losing a job, we understand that it can feel overwhelming. Yes, losing a job can feel overwhelming, but it's not the end of the world. I want you to think about it, see it from this perspective. It's not the end of the world, because if it's the end of the world, it means you would be 6 feet below the earth, right? But you can hear me right now. It means you're still alive. So it means your world is still going, your time is still ticking, right? You can still breathe, but it's an opportunity for a new beginning. I want you to repeat this after me wherever you are. If you are somebody who has lost a job recently, and you're still thinking of how to stay motivated, I want you to say it's an opportunity for a new beginning. Yes, it is an opportunity for a new beginning. And the second point I want to share is that this message will guide you on how to stay motivated by using biblical principles. I'm a person of faith, and being a person of faith has actually worked for me. It's been working for me, and I'm not just saying it. It works. It has been guiding me for a very long time. So I want you to know that this message will guide you on how to stay motivated by using biblical principles, but not just biblical principles. We will be using practical strategies. All right, so let's get started. Now, this is what I want you to do. It's pretty easy. I want you to, first of all, acknowledge your emotions. Acknowledge your emotions. Now, whatever those emotions are right now, I don't know. It could be anger, it could be sadness, it could be frustration. You need to acknowledge your emotions because it's natural to feel this way after you've lost a after a job loss. It's very natural to feel sad, angry, frustrated. But remember, it's not the end of the world, right? So I want you also to process these emotions, but you must not stay stuck in them. Yes, process the emotion or emotions, but you must not stay stuck in them. Why? Because you need to let them fuel your growth. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I remember telling her that sometimes when parents are raising children or kids, they tend to always make these kids feel that failure is a bad thing. But guess what? It is not a bad thing because failure and success, they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand, right? Without failure, there will not be any success. They go hand in hand, right? You must have to fail your way to success. What you've never done in your life before, there is a high possibility, high tendency of you failing first because you have to fail so you can learn, right? So failure and success, they go hand in hand. So you losing a job right now, you're angry. Yes, but that anger should fuel your growth. I want to share a Bible verse with you here. A Bible verse from the Apostle Peter. Um, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 7. It says, cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Now, in this verse, the Apostle Peter was addressing Christians who were experiencing suffering and challenges, urging them to trust God with their worries. Now, what did Peter say to them? Did he say, cast one anxiety on him because he cares? No, he said, cast all, not just anxiety for lack of resources, all. It means cast all your anxiety on him because he cares. Maxim Legis once said, feelings are just visitors. Let them come and go. Think about it. Even right now that you don't have a job, will your time stop counting? No. Will the clock stop ticking? No, it won't. But guess what? Your anger will come and it will go. This season of your job loss will not be permanent. So that's why Maxim Legge said, feelings are just visitors. Let them come and go. So give yourself permission to feel, but set a time limit to move from emotions to action. Does this resonate with you? Give yourself permission to feel it, feel the anger, feel the pain, but set a timeline to move from emotions to actions. Write your feelings down or talk to somebody you trust. Just a way of releasing the pent up emotions. Find someone who can encourage you. In fact, you can constantly listen to this particular podcast. You can listen to it as many times as you possibly can, because the lesson you would learn the first time you're listening to it will be different from the lesson you will learn the second time and the third time and the fourth time. That's how it is. So write your feelings down or talk to someone you trust so you can release those pent up emotions. Now, I want you to also understand that you would need to shift your mindset and focus on opportunities. It's what it is right now. You lost your job. So instead of focusing on what you've lost, you need to start focusing on new possibilities and opportunities ahead, because these opportunities are everywhere. Yes, here is what I have come to realize. If you focus on problems, because problems will always be there, but if you focus too much on the problems, it could be challenging for you to even see the opportunities. Yes, it could be challenging, because guess what? Challenges are naturally meant to activate the creativity within us. A job loss can actually open the door to new careers, passions and paths that you hadn't even considered before. Now, let me share my personal story. I remember so many years ago, um, that was when I moved to the US so many years ago. So the church actually organized for training for a lot of us. We were almost 40 people in that class. So we were trained on network engineering at that time, Cisco network engineering. And after the training, it was a rigorous training. You know what it is to go through IT training. And by the end of the class, we were only about two or three that completed that program out of about 40 people. But I would always give thanks to the church and my pastor. Then immediately after, a few weeks after completing the training, I got a job. I was lucky. But sometimes I tell people that my middle name is Luck, right? um, I don't give up. So I was one of the very first persons to get a job after the training. And I got a job. The pay wasn't all that fantastic. Well, you have to start from somewhere. I just wanted to start so I could learn and, get my hands dirty and start putting it into practice. I wasn't even bothered about the salary at that time. And when I started this job, I was so excited. My very first job in the United States of America. I was extremely excited doing this job with all my heart, my soul, my sweat, my blood. And typically, the type of person I am, I work more than I get paid to do. That's who I am naturally. I work more than I get paid to do. I give this job my everything. But guess what? After 3 months, I wasn't retained. After 3 months, they fired me from that job. Guess what? I was so angry. I was so mad. Like, what? You mean these guys couldn't see the effort I was putting into that job? But there was a lady at my place of work at that time who reached out to me and said, "Hey, John, look, I have been observing you. I have been watching you. Look, you are better than everybody in this office. But guess what? God has a reason why you're living here." And she said, "Look, I trust and I know that you will do great. So don't worry, just let it go." The moment that lady said that to me, that changed my mindset. I had to leave. But guess what? What did I do after that? I started applying. And shortly after that, I got a better job. I got a better job, paying me high six figures, which was, in fact, at that time, the manager who fired me was actually earning about 70 or $75,000. That was his salary. But I got 2 times his salary at my next job. So that's how it works. Don't allow it weigh you down. A job loss can open the door to new careers, to new passions, and the paths that you did not even consider before. Let's look at Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. You know, God spoke through the prophet Jeremiah. He said, "For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope." That's my message for you right now. It's God speaking through the word. And that's why I tell you that every situation, every solution that you are looking for, it's right there in the Holy Book, in the Holy Bible. That's my resource. That's my source document. That's my guide. Winston Churchill once said, "Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." So instead of going around asking yourself, why did I lose my job? I want you to ask this question. Say, what can I learn from this experience? Write down all the possible opportunities that may arise from this change. So be solutions driven. And at this stage, I want you to set clear, realistic goals so you can maintain a sense of direction and purpose. You need to start breaking down large tasks into smaller steps, because this will help you feel more in control and less overwhelmed. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 5, it says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty." Those are words from a wise man. Remember the book of Proverbs, King Solomon. It said the plans of the diligent leads to profit, as surely as haste leads to poverty. So I want you to write down your job search goals. Right now, when we get, after listening to this podcast, I want you to just get a pen and a piece of paper, a journal. I go around with a journal. I always have mine. This is my 2025. Yeah, this is where I write down my things. Write it down. Okay? Write down your job search goals, such as updating your resume, applying to a certain number of jobs weekly, or learning a new skill each month. Just break each task into smaller, manageable steps. That's it. That's it. Look, I want to show you. Okay, I don't have it here. My business card. You know, I have a business card that I carry everywhere I go to. The front of the business card says, "Do not fret over things you cannot control, but instead focus on what you can control." I want you to think about it, right? You currently don't have a job. Yes, I know you don't have it. That's the situation at hand right now. But what do you need to do? Do you need to focus on the regrets? No. Write it down. Write down, set new goals. Tell yourself, hey, how many jobs will I start applying for? Okay. If you need to update your resume, you do that. If you need to learn something new, you do that. This is that time. And you should never forget that having a daily routine brings structure to your day. Yes, having a daily routine, it brings structure to your day, and that can reduce stress and increase productivity. I recently wrote a book on time management for leaders. The book will be released in a few days, but it will be available on Amazon. So you can go there and purchase a copy. This is the time where you need to start developing yourself, your skills. You can pre order that book. It's titled Time Management for Leaders. You should work on having a great routine that brings structure to your day. Routine gives you something to look forward to, and also it keeps your momentum going. I want you to think about it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not already done this, I want you to please like and share this, because you might just be saving the life of that one person who has been waiting for a lifetime to hear the message that I am sharing right now. Write down your goals. Even my Bible tells me in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 40, it says, but all things should be done decently and in order. That was the Apostle Paul addressing the church in Corinth, encouraging them to conduct their affairs in an orderly and disciplined manner. Yesterday, I saw one of my mentors. He posted a quote. He says, setting goals is spiritual. And I believe, because setting goals has helped me in so many ways, even when I was at my lowest moment. So you will certainly get a job. But right now, this is the time for you to recalibrate. Routine is key to progress. Without a plan, the dream dies. So create a structured daily schedule that includes time for job searching, skill building, exercise, and self-care to maintain balance and focus. When I was growing up, my mom used to always say that when everything goes so smoothly all your life, it means you might not live long. She used to always say that, and that always comes to my mind. When things are always good, it means you might not live long, because it's those down moments that will test your character. It's those low moments that will build your character. It's those low moments that will train you. It's those low moments that will bring out the superhero within you. Now, talking about building new skills, now that you are no longer employed, this is the time to invest in yourself, in yourself, by learning new skills or acquiring new certifications. New skills can actually boost your confidence and make you more competitive in the job market. Nobody's looking to hire a liability these days. Now with AI all over the place, now is the time. This is a low moment. This is a slow season for you. Instead of focusing on the anger or the reason why you were fired from your job or why you lost a job, no, this is the time for you to start thinking of what new skills you should acquire. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. That's what King Solomon said in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. An investment in knowledge, it always pays the best interest. That's what Benjamin Franklin once said to us. If you invest in knowledge, it's never wasted. So you need to, at this moment, identify in-demand skills in your industry and actually take an online course, attend a workshop, or read books. Read books that help you improve or expand your abilities. Yes. At this moment, you need to also learn to network and build connections. Networking can lead to opportunities. So you just staying indoors, beating yourself up and thinking you're not good enough is not the best solution. So you should learn to network, start mixing up. All right? Networking can lead to opportunities that might not be available through traditional job searching. You can work into or run into somebody who has the key to your next big job, right? Building and nurturing connections can also provide moral support during this challenging time. Don't beat yourself up. Come on. Don't. Don't. Two are better than one. That's what Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 says, 9 to 10. It says, two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 to 10. And that was King Solomon speaking to anyone seeking wisdom, emphasizing the importance of collaboration and mutual support. Go out there, attend events, sign up. There's so many free events you can attend, free networking events. Go to Eventbrite, search for events in your area and attend them. A wise man once said, your network is your net worth. Your network is your net worth. Now is the time for you to reach out to former colleagues, mentors. You know, you had some managers that were good to you, right? Great people who had your back. Reach out to them. Or other people in your industry. Attend virtual networking events or schedule informational interviews, you know, just to build relationships that can help you in your job search. Yes, this is the time. And I also want you to look into focusing on self-care and wellness. We always take self-care and wellness for granted. We always do that. It's easy to neglect it. And when you neglect self-care and wellness, it compounds. That's the worst part of it. It compounds. If you don't take care of yourself right now, it's going to be hard. And we all know that a job loss can be emotionally and physically draining. So taking care of yourself is crucial. Focus on physical activities, proper sleeping. You know, I still struggle with sleeping early though, but I am doing everything humanly possible. And this year, 2025, I have promised myself that I would do whatever it takes to get enough sleep. But right now that you are going through a job loss, your immune system is down. You are more susceptible to attacks from illness and all those things. So engage in lots of physical activities, proper sleep. In fact, you don't have a job now, so you should try to sleep early, right? Yes, sleep well. It is possible. You will get back on your feet. The Bible lets us know that whatever it is, we must take care of our bodies. First Corinthians chapter 6 verse 19 says, do you know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? Do you know that? Yes. Our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. So we must take good care of that. So schedule daily time for physical activity now that you're in your low moment, whether it's walking, doing yoga, or a gym session. Just make sure you're also getting enough sleep and eating healthy meals. It's never too late to get started. And now you must think about embracing new opportunities. And the main point is, job loss could be the nudge you need to explore new career paths, side businesses, or entrepreneurial ventures. So don't be afraid to venture into something unfamiliar that aligns with your passion. I remember in my own case, when I lost my job, I found a better job. And fast forward, I worked on that job for years. I was on that same job for a long time. And guess what I did? Like I said, at that new job, I was earning 2 times what my manager who fired me from the other job was earning. And I was at this job for a very long time. I was recognized. I received awards, for doing a great job. I received awards. And I was using that money from that employment now at that point to build a business. A business that I never imagined that I would get into. But today, by the special grace of God, I am the founder of a university. How did it happen? I was taking money from my employment and building that business on the side. Imagine if I had encountered some health hazards, probably because I was thinking, I was anxious, I was worried about the initial job that I was fired from. I was solutions driven. I started applying, got a new job. I was in that job for years. A job that at least for those years, I was able to save up some good money to start the business. I'm not saying I have lots of money right now, but by the grace of God, I'm wealthy in Christ Jesus. The fact that I can even speak to you and encourage you right now, that's so much wealth for me. I'm a wealthy man by the special grace of God. So I was able to take money, start a business. That could be your own destiny or your case. So don't be afraid to venture into something unfamiliar that aligns with your passion. And guess what? If I could transition from the first job to the other job and now to becoming a business owner, it means it is possible for you. Because I'm not saying this just to impress you, but I'm saying this to press upon you that you have greatness within you, that every disappointment is a blessing. In Isaiah chapter 43, verse 19, God spoke through the prophet Isaiah. It says, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? That's my question to you right now. God is speaking to you through me, saying, behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Now, like right now, that new thing springs forth. And the question is, do you not perceive it? So my question is now, do you not perceive that God is trying to do something new in your life? This is going to be your case. God is about to change your life forever. Chris Grosser said, opportunities don't happen. You create them. Think about the skills you've always wanted to explore. Consider freelancing. Right now, there's so many opportunities in freelancing, consulting, or turning a hobby into a career as a way to find new opportunities. Yes. A relative of mine some days ago reached out and said his business is no longer thriving and he wants to look into new opportunities. And I remember sharing a few opportunities with him. And I want to share those same opportunities with you who's listening to me right now. While you're waiting, it's also possible for you to start your own software business. And if you think now is the time for you to start a business, yeah, you've got all the resources. You can always reach out to me or reach out to the people you know who help people start businesses. There are so many businesses you can start with as little as $1,000. Oh, yes. You can start a software company with $1,000. Yes, I said that without a mincing word. I said that. So let's move forward. I want you to think about those skills that you want to develop and work on them. Don't complain. Don't worry. Every disappointment is a blessing. Stay persistent and resilient. Why am I saying this? Because rejections are part of the process, but persistence is key. So you must stay resilient. Don't give up, even when it gets tough. It is challenges that bring out the superhero within you. As a human being, you are tough. You are tougher than you can even imagine. Trust me. You are tougher than you can even imagine. Don't give up. Be yourself. I remember in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, when the Apostle Paul was addressing the Galatians, encouraging them to persevere and continue doing good, trusting that their efforts will eventually bear fruit. This is the time for you to focus on doing good, because in Galatians chapter 6, verse 9, my Bible tells me, it says, let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time, we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. So my question to you now is, are you going to give up on yourself because you don't have a job? No, don't do that. I beg of you. I beg you in the name of God, don't give up. Don't. Keep applying to those jobs. Keep following up with recruiters. Keep pushing yourself to stay positive by listening to podcasts like this. When you listen to podcasts like this, it boosts your morale. That's why we have it. So you losing a job is not the end of the world. Know that each attempt brings you closer to success. The more applications you do, the closer you are to getting your dream job. So I would like to conclude by saying, job loss does not define you. I want you to repeat this after me. Wherever you are, abandon, Stop whatever you're doing right now and repeat this after me. Say, job loss does not define me. Yes, a job loss does not define you. But guess what defines you? Your response to it. You are responsible for your reactions, your response. Losing the job does not define you, but your response to that job loss defines you. So I want you to stay motivated, keep your faith strong. This is the time for you to know God. This is a time for you to serve God and take practical steps to move forward. You have the potential to rebuild and grow stronger than before. If you have not given your life to Jesus Christ, this is the best time for you to know Christ. This is the best time for you to know Jesus Christ. This is the best time for you to accept Jesus as your Lord and personal Savior. And I assure you, you will not regret it. So if you have any other questions you would like to ask me regarding how to stay positive, how to stay motivated, whatever it is that is bothering you, feel free to leave a comment or send me a DM with your questions, and somebody on my team would review those questions, and at the right time we would respond to your questions. I want to thank you all for your time. Thank you for listening. And please remember, once again, take this as your charity work for today. It is free. Like and share this broadcast. That's all I'm asking you. I am not asking for more. Like and share it so that somebody else on your contact list can be blessed by this message. All right? So I am excited to share some amazing ways for you to stay connected with our mission, and so we can continue to grow together. I have not gotten to the place where I truly would want to be, but I am blessed to have the Almighty God and Jesus Christ by my side as my source of hope and strength, giving me the ability to inspire people. So I'm still growing, but I want to grow with you. So your support and engagement means the world to us. And there are several ways you can stay connected with us. So if you feel blessed or inspired by today's podcast, you can support the work we do here by making a donation to the John Ughulu Foundation. The foundation is committed to providing online coaching and mentoring services to as many people as possible. So if you'd like to send a donation today and make a difference, I want you to go over to our website, www.johnughulu.com, or click the link in our show notes right there. You can also purchase some of our inspirational books via the website, www.johnughulu.com. Click on resources, and you would be able to purchase books or download our latest podcast episodes. And lastly, you can become a part of our growing community where we uplift and inspire one another every day. Yes, we inspire one another every day. So with just $10, which is the subscription fee for $10, you would be able to join the community, become a repeat guest on our podcast, and also you would have the opportunity of being nominated for the Morale Booster Awards. And also you would have the opportunity of being nominated for the President's Lifetime Achievement Award, which means your hours of service with the John Ughulu Foundation can qualify you to be recognized by the president. Thank you for being a part of this journey with us. Together, we can continue to make a lasting impact and spread positivity in all we do. God bless you all. Like and share it, leave a comment, and remember, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Bye for now.